2, 1, action.
Yeah, you know, full circle moment.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, alright.
Y'all gonna trip when you see my shit. Y'all gonna trip when you see my whip. Y'all gonna trip when you see my chick.
Where do you want to begin?
Okay, let me begin by introducing myself. My name is Bakang. I go by Bax. My artist name is Bax City. So I'm the director of YALL GO TRIP, and I shot it. So yeah.
Hey, I go by the name of Some.Unique.Individual, better known as Sui. And yeah, man, I'm just the artist, singer-songwriter. And I got to sit down with my brother a couple years back, not sure when. I played him this record produced by Versatile Beats, VB. And you were like, yo bro, I got a spot. And I think the song will make sense. And then yeah, the rest is history. We ended up creating this beautiful historic piece, and you just recently finished this video that maybe we shot in 2021. And you recently finished it, and I was like, yo, we can't roll this out, but perhaps this is a lesson for both of us as far as, you know, not finishing work and finally getting the inspiration to make something work after, you know, a long period of time. And we also need a rollout, of course. So I figured, yeah, man, we revisit this particular place in time and, you know, have a conversation about it. So yeah, it's good to be home as well. So yeah, thank you for making this happen.
Yeah, man, you know, all in a day's work.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah. Thank you for styling us also again today.
Yeah. And on the video, don't forget that.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, you know, it's such a great moment. Okay, let me start off by what you said about how we shot this years ago and how it's only coming out, or it was only edited recently. So it's something that you said to me after editing the video. You were like, you know what, this is such a great moment, especially for your music career, because you've been in a place where you've been really tapped into the management of things, you know, and the artist has been chilling for a while, and you know, this kind of brings you back into the game, you know. So even for myself, I was chilled and out the game as a designer, as a graphic designer, and you know, now coming back to shooting and editing videos again, and you know, this video, YALL GO TRIP, being my, you know, my comeback as well, is you know, such an amazing and, you know, full circle moment. You feel me? So I think that's like that's a dope thing where, you know, it brings us both back into, you know, that creative space again, and you know, being the artists that we are.
Yeah. I think you said exactly what is needed in essence. I think both of us being apart, I think physically and also away from you know, our initial crafts, also maybe being away from home and looking at the space and how it's changed, like but I also think we also shot this maybe during autumn, or it was close to winter, because I remember the grass was like a lot more brown, and you know, aesthetically everything was, you know, fairly brown, and then we're coming back here and it's green and the grasses are like much taller, and we're like, yo dude, how do we even enter the space? And I think it's a testament of time and how things change, but you know, music and like, you know, really great art will always surpass any season. And I think this is a testament of that. It's also to motivate, I think, any artist that feels like their moment has passed and they missed a particular frame.
Yeah.
And that thing was of that time, and I can't do this again, and things are not right. Because it can get a lot tactical. You said I've been in the management side for quite some time. I just came back from tour right now, and literally today was the only day we had. And I was like, you have to make this thing work. You have to show up for your craft, and yeah, man, it's a good feeling to make this thing happen. So. Obviously I have a couple of questions for you. You probably have a few questions for me. Remind me, why did you pick this space for YALL GO TRIP? Like, what was the creative direction behind that particular day?
I mean, honest truth is, it wasn't for YALL GO TRIP. Because when I scout out places, I just scout out places where I would shoot, aesthetics that I would use, and it's like the things that I would do, I kind of like, give it to an artist and say, you know what, instead of me, I'm gonna place Sui with YALL GO TRIP, and it's kind of like a collaboration in my head of what I would have done. Now it's like another artist, you feel me? So yeah, I had this place in mind for like years, man. Yeah, we grew up playing here.
Oh, by the way, this is still Fontaine for all those that are wondering. This is us, Staley, Northwest.
Yes,
this is our hometown, and I've always felt like this place has a very interesting, time capsule. Like it's of a particular era, and it's a beautiful thing to like capture it in its moments. I still feel like we should do something, almost like a short doc one day,
For sure.
Unpacking the different, role players and, some of our friends as well, that make these little moments possible.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's actually interesting that it wasn't necessarily for YALL GO TRIP, but it was for any artistic thing that you had in mind.
Yeah. It was actually a music video, and the way I shot YALL GO TRIP is the way I envisioned myself in this particular place.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even when directing and obviously as we rolling, ideas come through, while you're on the ball, you see something, and that actually is the reason why I love doing this, the moment, ideas coming through, ideas coming to life through mistakes. And I call it the perfect mistake. So
yeah. Okay. You have a question for me, perhaps?
I mean, how did that track come to? How did YALL GO TRIP, come about? Because I wasn't there when you were recording it, and I think the day we shot YALL GO TRIP was the day I heard it.
Oh, that's crazy! I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I actually just recently saw VB now in Jersey, told him about the song. He's probably gonna like touch it a little bit, So we'll see a final take on that. But yeah, he reminded me, he's like, I showed up to his space at some point and I was like, yo dude, let's work on something. And we put that together with no particular intention in mind. I think I make that song in a place and time where I'm so confidently in my bag as a musician. It's like this moment where you feel you're gonna blow up, and all the stars are aligned, and I knew what was coming. You gotta think this is maybe moments before Issues drops, or more or less. It's definitely I have Sunset Drive in the bag.
Yeah.
And I think this is almost like me, sort of kind of like in essence, to be like, yo man, y'all gonna trip when you see my, y'all gonna trip when you see my, and just like almost like naming all of these like aspects that make me cool, like, you know, from the hunt to the car, you know, to just like my style. And, you know, that was the essence of what I was like, you know, the typical rapper being a rapper. I was like, it's maybe time for me to also step into that role of saying, yo, I am dope. Obviously circumstances happened, and it felt like that moment didn't necessarily happen, although I did drop, I did move to Cape Town. A lot of good things, you know, showed up moments later, but I think it was different from what I had anticipated. And so you going back to that day where you now said, F it, I'm gonna make this music video happen. And I was like, dude, you have given me a second leg, because I am working on new stuff, and this comes at a very interesting time, and almost like this, you know, second coming of my career. Yeah, so thank you for that. And I think, yeah, in closing, maybe you could give us perspective on that feeling that day where you were just like, you know what, I'm gonna finish the thing that I started.
In terms of feeling,
Yeah.
so when I shot the music video, Y'all Go Trip, I was in a very confident place when it comes to my artistic talents, my creativity. You know, I was in a very, creating was a safe space for me.
Yeah.
And between then and when I edited the video, I was not in the same place. I was in a place where creating wasn't as safe as before, because I was in that corporate, you know, corporate vibe where, you know, you're just pumping things out and you just trying to get things out to be approved. Once it's approved, you know, in that loop. So I was stuck in a loop, and then once I moved to Cape Town, I kind of got inspired again.
Yeah. And
I was looking through all the work that I did that I never finished, and I was like, no, Y'all Go Trip, bro. I gotta do Y'all Go Trip. I remember that night you were telling me shit. You were telling me shit. Like
my usual, it's my usual daily. Yo, we gotta do better. We gotta do better.
For sure,
and
for
then
sure.
I was like, oh damn! I clearly said something that
that sparked it. You know, that sparked my creativity. You know, I was like, you know what? Yeah, I gotta do something.
Yeah.
You know, so, and that's how I regulate my emotions. You know, I kind of like create. You know, so I went there. I stayed up all night actually, and you were out, passed out, bro. Like, yeah. And then after editing it, you know, I kind of left it playing. I remember I left it playing.
Yeah.
But when you wake up, you'll just, you know, see it. I was like, you know what? Yeah. You know, I'm back again. You know, because I was literally tapped into that feeling when I shot it. You know. Yeah. So between me shooting it and editing it, you know, that feeling wasn't there. So yeah.
Shout out, man. Really appreciate that. Yeah. I remember waking up and going, this guy, he did it, you know. I didn't even expect that. So shout out to you. Shout out to the vision that you know, brought to life, and for closing it as well. I think it's important for us to like close the loops, close the things that we've started. It's very important to create, but to finish. And with that being said, guys, this is behind the scenes of Y'all Go Trip, a time capsule, you know, created by myself, Some.Unique.Individual, envisioned by Back City, and produced by Phoebe Versatile Beats. Thank you so much. And bro, thank you for making this happen, you know?
Any day, bro, any day. All day, every day. You know what it is, bro.
Blessings,
you know what it is. Yeah. So what are we doing next?
We create.
Yeah. Alright.
Nowhere.
And cut.